This is ABC7 News at 6. Your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
Hello and welcome. I'm Scott Dennis.
And I'm Haley Wilkes. Thank you for joining us tonight. More details on that agreement between Sarasota County and the Atlanta Braves, now laid out in a letter of intent commissioners will consider on Tuesday.
In that letter, the Braves reveal how much they're willing to spend, and the county reveals how much it will ask others to invest in this project. ABC7's Adam Cellini met with County Economic Development Director today, and he joins us now live with the latest. Adam?
Yeah, Scott and Haley, this deal bears some resemblance to the one the Orioles signed with the county back in 2009. The Braves will put up millions up front and then in return retain all the revenue from spring training operations. But this time around, the county is asking two extra parties to contribute a big sum of money. Who will step to the plate to pay for the Braves' $75 million move to Northport? A newly formed letter of intent is the latest step in the process.
It's critically important that we're able to check this box in our progress towards application with the state of Florida.
All hinging on a $20 million state grant. The Braves have agreed to pay $2 to $2.5 million per year over a 30-year contract. The county's share in tourist development tax dollars remains the same, but the West Villages District and City of Northport will now be asked to kick in $300,000 per year, at least $9 million each.
Every role there is critically important. We need everything there to make this deal happen.
A city spokesperson in Northport says this is not a surprise. These numbers came up at multiple meetings, and they will discuss this letter of intent publicly on March 7th. Shannon Staub, who negotiated with the Orioles as a county commissioner, says the deal looks good so far.
It seems fair. It seems reasonable. We've got two different teams that bring different assets, but I think when you look at it overall, it's very similar.
Like the Orioles, the Braves and county will each put nearly $6 million into a reserve for facility repairs. Unlike the Orioles, there's been no agreement on a marketing package to promote tourism from Atlanta.
The Braves might have a little more difficulty doing that, but it can be done. It's just a matter of having the will to do it.
Over the next month, all parties will look at the letter and decide if they're willing to play ball. Now, this letter of intent must be signed for the West Villages District to move forward applying for those state grants, and the county anticipates that the Braves will ultimately pay for themselves. Their spring training will drive tourism, which in turn will drive up the amount of tourist tax dollars in that revenue fund. Live in Sarasota, Adam Cellini, Scott and Haley, back to you.
Thank you, Adam. Last night's officer-involved fatal shooting in Inglewood has left some neighbors shocked. Around 8 p.m. last night, deputies were called to Markham Street in reference to a domestic disturbance. Charlotte County deputies say 42-year-old Jacob Talby that emerged from the woods next to the home holding 2 knives. Deputies shot and killed the man after he allegedly refused to drop those weapons. Today, neighbors told us they heard the gunshots but never expected something like this to happen in their neighborhood.
The deputies began to back away and ordered him to stop. He continued advancing toward them with the knives raised. One of the deputies then fired several rounds, striking white male who was later identified as Jacob Tolby.
Multiple shots and shouting, and that's just about the extent of it.
The sheriff's office and the state attorney's office are investigating. The 3 deputies are on paid administrative leave.
New details on the arrest of a former charter school teacher in Venice. Matthew Minton is facing new charges. He was arrested last month for allegedly having sex with a student. 2 additional counts were filed against Minton on February 14th for sexual assault by a custodian on a victim 12 or older by a person 18 or older. Details about the amended charges were not made public. Venice police report the case is now in the hands of the state attorney's office. 6 men are arrested in Sarasota County following an undercover investigation at Casperson Beach. The sheriff's office says undercover detectives monitored the beach and nearby wooded area and saw the 6 men take part in inappropriate conduct in public. Investigators say all 6 men openly interacted with an undercover detective by exposing sexual body parts or soliciting lewd behavior. All 6 were each released on a $500 bond. The issue of alligator removal continues to be on the minds of some Lakewood Ranch residents.
A meeting with Florida's Wildlife Conservation Commission is just getting underway now at Lakewood Ranch's Town Hall. And that's where we find ABC7's Rick Adams, who is live with more tonight. Rick.
Yeah, guys, this is certainly a very hot topic here. Over the last year or so, at least 22 gators have been removed for being too aggressive. That's what town officials say. The FWC is talking with folks tonight and getting their input. Some people here are for the removal of the gators, while others are completely against it.
I think there's a great lack of respect by people from Lakewood Ranch, from other states, I'm also from another state, who don't respect the natural order of things. They simply do not want alligators in the community.
And there is a big crowd on hand, so this meeting is expected to go on for quite a while. We'll have more on this coming up tonight at 11. Reporting live from Lakewood Ranch, I'm Rick Adams. Back to you.
Thank you, Rick.
Right across the street from the hospital there.
Right,
Lakewood
so
Ranch,
they're not coming for the gators, but.
All right, let's get a check on our weather. A really warm day on the Suncoast. Here's Bob with more on that.
Well, I'll tell you, beautiful sunny skies, high pressure at the surface and in the upper levels of the atmosphere, kind of compressing the air and heating it up. We had a high today at the Sarasota-Bradenton Airport, 86 degrees, which tied a record. You can see from the Van Wezel webcam as we go through time this afternoon, hardly any clouds out there in the Gulf of Mexico, and seas are rather calm throughout the day. We're looking for some fog to form tonight. There's a frontal boundary located to the north of us. This cold front is really not moving much to the south right now. It's producing a few showers from South Carolina all the way over to Louisiana tonight. The evening planner looks to be warm. Temperatures will be into the mid-60s to upper 60s at 11 o'clock. And we are anticipating some fog to form. I mentioned that fog could be rather thick to start things off. It'll occur basically after midnight. It'll work its way from the east to the west and thicken up just before sunrise on Tuesday. Well, much more on this warm weather and talk about that cold front in just a few minutes. Back to you.
All right, Bob, thank you. Miami police are investigating after several vehicles were vandalized with swastikas keyed into them. There's damage to several cars in the Miami Beach area. No arrests have been made yet. A rabbi who lives in a predominantly Jewish neighborhood says there have been other recent incidents in that area. He says just a few days ago, a swastika was drawn on the side of a glass door at a local Jewish temple. The Miami incidents follow numerous others across the nation.
Also in South Florida, crews in Fort Lauderdale are working to repair a sinkhole that opened up this morning. Public Works employees are currently paving over the hole. It's unclear how long it will take to get that fixed. As for what caused the sinkhole to develop, city officials are blaming two factors: a failed storm drain and a burst water pipe.
Still to come in your Suncoast News tonight, two requests from State Representative Joe Gruters, his efforts to now combat the opioid epidemic here on the Suncoast.
And how he wants to improve the Rabonia community in Manatee County. We'll have more on that coming up.
Check out My Suncoast Dining on mysuncoast.com for Chef Judy's favorite recipes, cooking tips and trends, dining blogs, step-by-step videos, and Suncoast Restaurant Guide. You'll find it all at mysuncoast.com/dining. ABC7, your Suncoast News. We're here for you weeknights at 5.
During the past 10 years, Tidewell Hospice volunteers have provided more than 1 million hours of service. They sit with patients, giving caregivers a break. They work in offices. They take their furry friends on pet therapy visits. They even clown around. Every task performed by a volunteer makes a difference in the lives of our patients and their families. Join Tidewell's volunteer team. They're truly 1 in a million. Tidewell Hospice. It's more than you think.
There's a whole new way to bank at Achieva Credit Union with Achieva Checking Plus. Get new unique features like full ID theft protection and online shopping rewards. Plus, it's an interest-bearing account, so you have a little extra for what really matters. Achieva Checking Plus isn't just an account for your money, it's for your life, including cell phone insurance. And that's good to know. Discover the plus at achievacu.com. Achieva, banking for good. Achieva Credit Union is federally insured by the NCUA.
Today, everyone is looking for carpeting that lasts longer. G. Fried has you covered with Karastan. With a legacy of quality and integrity, we provide you with a huge selection of Karastan carpets with exclusive lifetime limited warranties. All installed by our highly skilled, highly knowledgeable team. Come ask us why Karastan is the best and most durable. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
If you want to rediscover the smooth, radiant skin of your past, consider a facelift, eyelid lift, or laser resurfacing from Faces by Feza. Restore your natural, youthful appearance and the confidence that goes with it when you trust your face to the expert hands of Dr. John Feza. Using a delicate touch, he gives you natural-looking contours, a clean jawline, and long-lasting results. Call today to schedule a private consultation, because when you look good, you feel good. Faces by Feza at Center for Sight.
A Suncoast state representative is trying to secure funding to combat the area's opioid epidemic. Joe Gruters is the House sponsor for a bill that would dedicate $500,000 for an opioid addiction recovery peer coach pilot program. This program would be used to help addicts recover. Gruters thinks peer-to-peer training is a good start to tackling the epidemic.
People who have gone through the issue, gone through the addiction process, and have come out and pays for peer-to-peer counselors so that people can help these addicts get off of the addiction that they face.
Gruder says the program is needed locally. The Manatee County Sheriff's Office says it responded to 60 overdose calls in January alone. 12 of those ended up being fatal.
Gruters is also trying to tackle another issue in Manatee County through a House bill. The goal is to make improvements on Rabonia's drainage system. When it floods, the water has nowhere to go but on the streets and into people's homes, causing plenty of damage. Gruder says even though there is a tight budget in the state legislature, he has recently filed the bill to receive as much money as possible for a project that costs more than $3 million.
And we're in a great position this year to do that because we have Senator Bill Galvano, who's an upcoming Senate president, Jim Boyd's in leadership, and with these two guys and me helping them along with these bills.
The bill is waiting to be scheduled and could be presented in the next 2 to 3 weeks.
Well, we tied a record today. We may break some records later this week. We'll find out more with your forecast right after this.
Come into a California Closet showroom to experience our quality materials and construction and collaborate with our designers to create the perfect custom solution for any room. Go to CaliforniaClosets.com to request a free design consultation and locate the showroom nearest to you.
If you've ever had a bad night's sleep, call and price the new Craftmatic Legacy. It has so much more than other adjustables and still costs up to 50% less. Featuring a rising adjustable pillow rest to support your head, neck, and shoulders, bedside power plugs, under bed night lights, and more. So call and price one today for less, up to 50% less than Tempur-Pedic, Sleep Number, and other adjustables.
You get so much more and it still costs less. You gotta see how little they cost.
Call 1-800-774-8103. That's 1-800-774-8103. Call now.
I knew I could get myself out of this. I just needed some hope and some help.
I took the first step to recovery when I made the call.
If you're depressed, drinking, and using drugs, you may need help. And the Affordable Care Act guarantees coverage of substance abuse. Call the Addiction, Hope, and Helpline now for a free assessment.
I had problems just getting to sleep, drinking and using pills every night.
I feel like I'm losing control. I'm afraid I'll lose my job or even my family.
Are you losing hope? You can recover and get back on track. Call now for hope and help with proven, gentle recovery programs.
I never thought that I could be somebody who didn't drink and use drugs.
I have something to hold on to for strength. I'm in recovery, getting the help I need.
Call the Addiction, Hope, and Helpline now for a free assessment with someone who cares.
Call 1-800-764-8708. That's 1-800-764-8708.
I won Cash for Life from the Florida Lottery! So I get $1,000 a day every day for the rest of my life. Day 1, bought a pony. We're best buds. Day 7, this is crazy! Another day, another grand. This one's on me. Then Mom said, better save some. And another grand, share the love. I don't even play this thing, but I got a bunch. And another grand, and another grand, another grand, another grand. Let's do it again tomorrow.
With a prize of $1,000 a day for life, the new Cash for Life draw game is your ticket to a grand day every day.
How hard is it to stop a stroke? It is challenging, it is difficult.
and every second counts. A comprehensive stroke center gives the patient a better chance to walk out with minimal to no disability. We are able to offer treatments above and beyond the standard 3 hours after the onset of a stroke. A place like Sarasota Memorial Hospital really increases those chances of giving back a better quality of life.
There's never been a better time to call California Closets. Now, during our Winter White event, save up to 20% when you upgrade to an Italian-inspired wood grain finish. Contact us for your free design consultation today. Visit our showroom or online at californiaclosets.com.
Nice and warm.
Crank up that AC, huh?
Yeah, still 3 weeks left to go, too, before winter officially over. And winter temperatures, mid-80s today, even some upper 80s. We're talking maybe upper 80s again tomorrow. Now, here's a look at the beautiful shot from Anna Maria webcam showing clear skies, clear blue skies out over the water. We had some fair weather cumulus clouds, inland areas, but that was it. No significant changes for Tuesday. We're going to see another day of near record high temperatures across the Suncoast. Play ball, Ed Smith Stadium photos being sent in at PIX at mysuncoast.com. It's a lovely couple right there watching the Orioles play. And a lot of games are going to be going on over the upcoming weeks, and hopefully no significant weather coming our way. Right now, this frontal boundary located to the north of us is a weak cold front. It's not going to change things up too much. It will bring us a slight chance for a shower or two on Thursday, but temperatures are going to remain above average, even with that front moving through. Sarasota right now, 76 at 79, and Braden at 74. Out at the end of the pier there in Venice. And as far as the high goes, well, there it is, tied 86 degrees, the record, and that was set back in 1927. 74 is our normal high. You know, we're going to miss those days. If we don't get any more of those, we could use a few. I think we'll still get a couple of shots of some pretty cool air headed in. But as far as a freeze goes, that's not likely at all across our area. Today, no rainfall to report. And we could use a little bit of rain. We'll get some maybe with this front, but not much. I mentioned 20% chance. Right near the coast, from Holmes Beach all the way down to Longboat Key, Whitney Beach, all in the low 70s there. 78 in Braden and 80 in Parrish. Still pretty warm at Lakewood Ranch, too, in the upper 70s there. And Lake Sarasota at 79. Northport, you're at 81 degrees. And in Inglewood, 6 degrees cooler at 75. Rotunda, you're the same. Now the forecast tomorrow, this is for the beaches basically within a mile or two. We'll get a sea breeze kicking in, but still 82 degrees, well above the average. Inland areas will approach mid to upper 80s and a possibility of even 90-degree temperatures into places like Avon Park and also into Sebring. This front, I mentioned, moving basically the showers with it from west to east. There's no big drop to the south right now, and that isn't going to happen. It's going to get a little push with some energy on Thursday to get through us, but out west, they're still getting rainfall there into California. You can see some of that rainfall, not all that heavy right now, into southeast Alabama and into Georgia, and the rain falling from Los Angeles southward into San Diego this evening. Now, temperature-wise, it's a warm day in Washington and Cleveland, not bad. 64 in St. Louis, Toronto at 43 degrees, Minneapolis at 42. The real cold air still well up there in the northern Plain States and northern Rockies. The snow cover is not all that impressive across most of the central U.S. and throughout the Great Lakes. In fact, no snow to be found there. Southeast winds turn to the west tomorrow. We'll start off at 10 knots and then subside to 5 knots. Seas will be running 2 feet or less with a light chop on the bays and inland waters. The water temperature 72. UV index, load up on the sunscreen. It'll be high at a 10 tomorrow. 78 is going to be the high at the beaches. And as I mentioned, much warmer than that away from that sea breeze. And as far as tides go, low tide at 7:33, another one at 8:17. Sunset will be at 6:30 and sunrise at 6:55. Forecast tonight, mostly clear. The only downside will be some fog forming late. 65 for your low. It will be warm and winds out of the east at 5. Tomorrow the fog burns off and then we'll see partly cloudy to mostly sunny skies. High temperatures into the mid 80s at Lakewood Ranch, and we're talking Palmetto, Parrish, all into the mid 80s there. Southeast winds 5 to 10. The extended forecast calling for warm weather on Wednesday, and then Thursday that front comes down. Just look for a little increase in cloudiness, a 20% chance for a shower or two. Temperatures staying warm on and through the weekend too, and the weekend looks to be pretty nice. Back to you.
Thank you, Bob. Time is running out for parents who want to put their kids in Florida's prepaid college tuition program. Tomorrow, February 28th, is the enrollment deadline. After that date, families will have to wait until the end of the year for the next open enrollment period. Prices are up slightly from last year by an average of 2%. Any child in Florida from newborn through 11th grade may take part in the program. A traditional 4-year university plan now costs $187 per month, up $4 from last year.
Hi, I'm Linda Carson. Coming up, we'll take you back into the roots of the African American community in Sarasota.
This week, President Trump, his primetime address to a joint session of Congress after a week of heated town halls with Americans sounding off, leaving some lawmakers torn. Can he bridge the divide? This is Where America Turns. ABC's World News Tonight with David Muir.
These are our heroes. They have sacrificed so much to serve our country. And now Granny Nannies is truly honored to serve them. We're here and we're ready to help. Call us today.
Attention sleep apnea sufferers. If you use CPAP therapy, if you have private insurance, or you're on a Medicare replacement plan, we may be able to help you get your CPAP supplies at little or no cost to you and free shipping. Most insurance companies allow a patient to get a new CPAP mask, cushion, filter, and tubing every 3 to 6 months to prevent respiratory infection and skin sores.
That's why you should call AmeriCare CPAP. Call 800-423-5457. That's 800-423-5457.
Are you Goodwill?
Yes, because when I donate
or shop at Goodwill,
I'm creating a job.
I am Goodwill, yeah, yeah.
Are you considering joint replacement or revision surgery? Consider this. Dr. Edward Stolarski has performed thousands of successful joint replacement procedures and trained surgeons from all over the world. Using advanced technologies, Dr. Stolarski is able to perform some of the most complex surgeries.
I wish I knew about Dr. Stolarski much sooner.
After the surgery, I don't have any pain. It's like I've got a 16-year-old hip.
My name's Ed Stolarski. What I really do is I give people back their life.
Schedule a consultation today.
Hi, I'm Chef Judy. Every Wednesday morning, I'll be with the chefs at the Publix Aprons Cooking School, serving up the most wonderful dishes. Watch Aprons in the Kitchen every Wednesday on ABC7's Good Morning Suncoast.
The official salon of ABC7.
At Granny Nannies, we provide your loved ones with the care they deserve, compassionate and experienced help right where you need it most, at home. Visit us at grannynannies.com.
A helping hand and a gentle heart.
During February, we celebrate Black History Month, and as the month draws to a close, Sarasota's African American community has much to celebrate.
ABC7's Linda Carson joins us with A Place We Call Home. Linda.
In Southwest Florida, Sarasota is the only city that has a mayor and a vice mayor of color. And during Black History Month this year, a new organization called Newtown Alive has shown how it is preserving and showcasing Newtown's history. So heroes past and present will not be forgotten.
Mayor Willie Shaw keeps pictures of his parents, grandparents, and great-grandparents in his office, reminding him of his deep roots in Sarasota's African-American community. He wants to make sure the heroes and the landmarks in his community are remembered. Like Leonard Reed in the early 1900s, Reed was the right-hand man to Colonel John Gillespie, Sarasota's first mayor.
Mr. Reed and the family lived at the corner of what is now Boulevard of the Arts and Coconut, when it was the area of black residents known as Overtown. Behind him, Frank Williams had a blacksmith shop.
Reed helped lay out some of the first golf courses in Florida and was a close confidant to Gillespie. In his honor, the Reed home was put on the Registry of Historic Places. It's already been moved from its original location, and development is rapidly closing in on it. It's one of the last structures still standing in this once vibrant community of Overtown.
The last of that portion of our story in Overtown.
Other heroes Mayor Shaw wants to remember during the Black History Month, those who integrated Bobby Jones Golf Course in February of 1959.
But Thomas, Mr. Rainey, and the Davises, the four from went out and it was under Ken Thompson, I do want to believe, that was city manager at that time, that agreed to allow them to go ahead and play. Papers stated that, and there were no incidents.
Another hero to commemorate, Mayor Shaw says Mr. Neil Humphrey, Sarasota's first NAACP president, who was responsible for the integration of Lido Beach, and Dr. Ed James, now host of Black Almanac on ABC7, who led the charge to integrate Sarasota County libraries.
Knowing their stories, it makes me very, very proud to represent the city of Sarasota.
There's just not enough time to mention all of the names and the places that are so important in Newtown's history, but you can see them for yourself on Newtown Alive's webpage. Just go to our website, mysuncoast.com, and click on links we've mentioned, and you'll find the story featuring the Newtown Alive website. And it is a joy to read, really fascinating.
Yeah, sounds like it. We hear you had to go house hunting, literally, for that house.
It took a while to find it. I had covered it when it was moved, literally picked up and moved, and then the plaque went on, and it was hard to find it again. Houses move around in this city.
That's strange, but we're glad you
it's on
found
7th
it.
Street now, though.
As you said, there's all these new buildings coming up, so
Yes.
it's kind of hard to figure out where you are sometimes because it looks
bearings,
so different.
Yeah, it's dwarfed in the midst of all of those.
Wow. Yeah, definitely.
All right, thank you, Linda.
World News Tonight with David Muir is coming up right after this.
We'll see you tonight at 11.